Good afternoon. This is Helen Mitis, and welcome, Kerre Burley.
Good afternoon, Helen. How are you?
It's the funniest thing, isn't it? Your topic is all about taking on today's online challenges. And I've just experienced a couple getting online today just before I was scheduled to speak to you. So synchronicity has it that we're right on topic. So, Kerre, it's my greatest pleasure to interview you today. You'll be presenting on the online marketing challenges that we have at HypnoBiz Australia in March 2020 at the Gold Coast. And you've also received a number of awards as well, speaking awards. So before we get on to your presentation, tell me about those awards. I'm fascinated.
Well, people call me quirky, Helen, and I don't think I'm quirky, but I certainly like to do things differently than others. And I'm a bit of a laughter leader. So, I mean, if you cannot have fun, then you take yourself far too seriously. So often in our talks, I guess I'm a little childlike, but the message gets in without people even realising it.
Wonderful.
And the awards I've won, I just think that people don't realise that as Australians, we have a sense of humour that is like nothing else in the world. And when people let their barriers down, they so enjoy the company of Australians.
Yeah, absolutely.
I really believe there's nothing special about me, but I'm an Aussie, and a lot of people laugh when they chat to me. So
awesome.
That's about it.
Awesome. So we're going to be entertained as well as informed. Is that what you're saying?
We are. Well, I am an NLP practitioner, so I'm a storyteller. A lot of my stories have underlying meanings. A lot of people don't realise I'm addressing issues as we speak. And certainly one of the things that I want people to come out of my talk with is that we do have limiting beliefs. Many of us have limiting beliefs about e-marketing, about marketing, about taking on the challenge of doing something that's quite unusual. So, no, we should have a lot of fun. It's Saturday. I believe there might be a few people hungover, but we're going to have fun no matter what.
Oh, we're going to have responsible drinking at HypnoBiz Australia. I'm sure there'll be nobody that's hungover. Tell you what, it's the Gold Coast, and at the Gold Coast, everybody gets up early because the sun is shining at 5 o'clock in the morning, and they'll be going for their morning run, and they'll be revitalised for your presentation. So, tell me, Kerre, about your presentation. It's a different one to a lot of the others, and it's definitely something that people are scared of and people need to learn more about. So tell us about what kind of e-marketing challenges will you be teaching us about?
Well, do you know, Helen, I'm not going to focus on the challenges. I'm going to focus on how easy it is when you change your mindset about something. And look, about 3 years ago, I started working with Joan Golding for the Amazing Golding process in Sleep Talk. And one thing I realised is Joan herself and many of her consultants and trainers are exceptional. They're absolutely brilliant when it comes to basically talking with parents, delivering the program. But the thing they were all a little nervous about as carers, as people who are working and helping, similar to hypnotherapists, they wanted to run a mile the minute I started talking about marketing and sales and how important it is that it basically should dovetail with your business. And I think many people that are going to be there on Saturday are going to feel exactly the same way. So you could be the best hypnotherapist in the world, but unless you can get on top of your marketing, you're really doing people injustice. They can't get to you. They can't basically utilize your services. And one of my stories is for many years I worked with a lovely chef in Vietnam, and he made the best creme brulee in the world as far as I'm concerned. But his restaurant was always empty, and it was always empty because he was in the kitchen refining his craft. He didn't want to know about the marketing. He wanted to outsource it to absolutely everybody. And it was wonderful working with him, because this is the message I'm going to give to people on Saturday. Do you know what? We can basically learn the basics. We do not, especially when it comes to marketing. I'm amazed how many people outsource, especially consultants. They outsource, and be honest, I cringe, because nobody knows what we do better than what we do. We have the trust, we have the passion, we have the integrity, we have the authenticity, and yet I do believe in outsourcing. I believe you outsource other things to people, but the marketing you hold on to, because this is your baby. And if you're not so I guess, clear about what you need to do, what I want to show you is it's just learning one step at a time. Lots of people think you have to be a technical genius. You do not. But Helen, they will walk away after 45 minutes with me. Everyone in the room is going to walk away for them. It won't be generic for everybody. It will be specialized for them. And it is just putting one foot in front of the other. So I hope I take away a little bit of the pain. Perhaps people who are curious can come and have a look. But I believe in win-win-win situations, and that's why I'm thrilled to be there, thrilled to be able to tackle this e-marketing. And I've been doing it with our Sleep Talk consultants, and people are now discovering successful consultants who are local, have very strong local practices, and now getting calls from America, getting calls from Pakistan, calls from India, because all of a sudden we've expanded and exploded this, and we've got on top of this e-marketing monkey that everybody was nervous about. And
the thing is, what you've just said is so important, because we are living in a global economy. And so to think that, gone are the days where you had to have a shop front and someone had to walk past to see you, and they were in from the local area. Nowadays, we are a global market. And so if you are specializing in something, it doesn't matter where the practitioner is. I actually see someone for myself every time I feel a little bit overwhelmed. She's a spiritual counselor, and she's from the United States. Mm-hmm. So, it doesn't matter where she is. And I think there are so many people, Helen, that are just nervous about the technology, nervous about how they can take that first step to get overseas clients. And look at this. This is the perfect example how through Zoom, through Skype, through Facebook, you can easily be helping somebody. And you're right. All I encourage people to do is get a world clock. Stick it on your computer or your phone, and then you're in a position where if someone contacts you from, like I had a call from Brazil this morning, it was 8 o'clock my time. I got up a little bit earlier to take it, and it was still, I think, 7 o'clock at night in Brazil. It's the perfect time. And really, we could have been in the same room. We still did lots and lots of chatting. We were able to help each other. And what's great is it's not that big a deal. And that's really what I want people to feel comfortable with when they walk out with their little plan on Saturday. Okay, so how wonderful. It sounds like you're going to be everybody's like, oh, thank God I went to that session, because, a lot of people are keen to learn about different techniques and so on, but you need people, employing your services. And so Kerre is going to help you overcome one of your biggest fears, which is online marketing. She's going to help you think about it in a different way, and you're going to come out of that 45-minute session with an action plan, and you will know exactly what you need to do. So I'm so excited about that. So Kerre, tell everybody, why should they come to HypnoBiz Australia March 2020?
Wow. Well, your lineup is absolutely fantastic. And I say that with, I looked at everyone that's coming in, and I'm thinking, especially at the same time I'm presenting, I'd love to go next door and have a menopause presentation. But no, there is, I don't know if people realize just the wealth of expertise and people you've got coming in. And just from our Sleep Talk family, you've got Beryl, you've got Cheryl, You've got these amazing people that have all these different hats. And, of course, for our overseas listeners, if you've never been to the Gold Coast, do yourself a favour. Come on in. Come and find out what everybody raves about. So, Helen, it's, as you know, we'll fly out straight after the HypnoThoughts. We're off to Vietnam. We're doing our first ever conference. But we wouldn't miss this for the world. We're really, really excited.
Really excited to have you too, Kerre. And you are right in terms of the wealth of experience. When we first put on this conference, and the quality of speaker applications just blew us away. I just couldn't believe it. So many speakers from across the world were coming in to speak to us and present at our conference, from all over the world. And so get onto it. You're going to be learning about every possible topic, and Kerre's going to be presenting on overcoming your online marketing challenges, and it's going to be an amazing time. So anything else that you'd want to say, Kerre, before we...
Helen, I've been to many conferences over the years, and often I get people say to me, if you come away with 2 or 3 things from a conference, you're ahead. And I often think to myself, what planet are you on? Definitely, if there's anyone listening from Australia, it's worth coming to. Don't bring a piece of paper, bring a couple of volumes of books, because you will find that there will be every single speaker will have things that will propel you to greater depths with your knowledge, greater depths with your business. I certainly know that whether you're a beginner in my talk about e-marketing, or whether you really have a handle on e-marketing, I know there are still things that I'll be challenging you with that will actually will increase your business. So who knows where you're going to go to after this conference.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me today, Kerre.
My pleasure.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.